Hey, what it do? Welcome to the Quarter Report, brought to you by the Red Knight Special, and this is Word on the Net. I'm your boy Town Biz, and if you woke up on the wrong side of bed today, get back in the bed, roll over, and get out on the right side of the bed. I promise you're gonna have a wonderful day. Also, if it's your first time tuning in, hit that like and subscribe button, man. Let's get this run this up. Anyway, it don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. You dig? I'm not asking for $1 or nothing like that. Just hit the like button and the subscribe button. Let's run it up. Anyway, so today we're gonna get on your boy Young and Jefe from No Jumper. You did. And I say from No Jumper because he did have his own thing going, but once he became a member of No Jumper, now that's what we know him from No Jumper. You did. Um, I watched a little bit of it, not all of it, because I wanted to kind of speak on the situation that I be feeling like a lot of these dudes be painting different narratives when it comes to the things that they pushing in the streets or what they doing in this internet world. You feel me? So with no further ado, right, we're gonna get off into the content. Yeah, dig it? Let's go, man.
A lot of people was in my chat section saying that they warned me, they told me how I see this coming, and all the things amongst that line as well. Hoodie Hood asked the same question. And Hoodie Hood basically feels like, anybody dealing with whack, obviously, you either, you know, sucker, buster, bitch, or among some other things. He had said. But this is my thing, right? So, me coming into this social media space, I had spun a lot of content on whack or pertaining to whack because whack name gets ran a lot, and I had seen things that I'm like, oh, he on BS. And that whole time, a lot of people took it up that, automatically that I got beef with whack, I'm on whack.
No, and Hefe, don't try to spin the narrative. Nobody was looking at it like you had beef with him. What happened was when you dropped that last little segment you dropped when you was talking about how Wack called your phone and saying something about it. You was talking about he can go dig up information from the federal prison to the yard to the streets that you're a reputable dude. And he was saying so much that you turn around and said, if you want beef, just say you want beef. That's where that stemmed from, bro. And the reason why they telling you should have seen this coming. Again, let me break something down to you, bro. Right? You can say all these different narratives that you want to run all you want, bro. To fit whatever helps you sleep at night. That's all right with me. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? What you eat don't make me shit. So let's start there. Another thing is this, bro. Let's act like we playing football, right? You the quarterback. Height, they throw the ball to you. You looking for somebody to pass the ball to. You looking down the field, you don't see nobody. You see the closest person is open before you get tackled. You throw it. He dropped the ball. Everybody in the bleachers like, oh my God, why he didn't throw it to that guy down the yard? Why he didn't throw it to him? You know why he didn't throw it to him? Because he didn't see that far ahead. And this is what that's what people was trying to explain to you. You so busy want to get into this space and blow up. You know what I'm saying? I get it. That's what we in this for. I know despite how you want to paint the narrative, but that's what we in it for. You did. This is what people looking at, bro. You didn't see them. Like I think you. I don't know if you seen the play and just act like you didn't see it. I don't know if this is all they play, but what I can say is from the outside looking in, my brother, it seems like you were setting yourself up, and I ain't gonna say for failure, but for the backlash, for everything that's gonna come into it. Because if you got a gang of people telling you something, then that means a lot of people see something that you don't see, bro. And in your eyes, you see things a certain way. So you're gonna keep trying to walk this fine line of, well, I'd have been in prison. I done walked all these yards. I'm a real stand-up street dude. Everything when I hear people talk is always connected to negative, like things like the streets and prison, things like that. You never hear none of these guys talk about, yeah, I'm over here making multi-million-dollar plays, man. I'm over here trying to start an organization to help bring up the youth over here. I'm over here trying to run this thing or this young non-profit organization so I can do. No, only thing they say gang banging positive. I don't see nothing positive about gang banging. The only thing I have seen that was that was half decent, and I'm gonna say I give him props for doing that, was Big U when he was doing the little kid thing, when he was doing the nonprofit organization for the kids. You feel me? And Snoop Dogg when he was doing that, when whoever else was involved in that. But I'm saying that's the positive thing I seen. But besides that, nobody seen nothing, and ain't nobody trying to paint no different narrative, bro. Like you think you trying to paint a narrative. You hear what homeboys saying from out here about you might be, why would you go there? I said the same thing. When I got up on your and Hefe, I said, dang, he wanted no jumper, huh? And first thing I said was, "Oh, he finna fall a victim to the games that they play up there." And truth be told, that kind of made me fall back from him because I already watch you on your channel. Then I go to another channel and see you sitting there. And truth be told, I'm just being real with you, bro. I'm not trying to be funny. You're more entertaining on your own page than you are on No Jumper. It seems like when you're there, you're yawning, you sleep, you're tired, you're sleep deprived. You know what I'm saying? And then it's always this man order, like it's never you. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
I'm a person that's out to expose whack, whatever the case may be. Just like Hoodie came out his mouth and said, bro, anybody can get exposed on my channel. Anybody can land up on my channel, homie or whoever, depending on what's going on and what you've done and what I know about it and what the facts.
And I said this on my other video. I said when it's internet space, anybody can get exposed. Anybody can get it, bro. It don't care how stand up of a guy you think you are, how you ain't got no smut on your name. At some point, somebody gonna find something to say about you, bro. You feel me? And what y'all dudes gotta understand, this the internet space, bro. This is called internet for a reason. It's entertainment, my dudes. Y'all get on here and want to bring these street politics to this internet. Do you notice one thing I can tell y'all, man, and I'm paying attention to? Everything black folks touch, we mess up. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. I'm serious. We mess it up with the street politics, and none of these dudes would never accept the fact or face accountability for what I'm saying, or even say, you know what? Maybe I said that wrong, but stand on. Yeah, you got a point there because even with hip hop, we can take it back to even hip hop. Hip hop, all the street dudes didn't want to be rappers. They was like, what rapper? That's square ass. No, I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And then when they start seeing the bag coming in from the music, they start seeing these dudes getting riches and getting dollars. Now all of a sudden, y'all rapping about our life. We the ones out here putting in all the work on the street. We're the real gangsters. Let us rap. So then a dynamic change. You start letting these real dudes up in there. People start getting hurt. Now the fans want real rappers. But your real rapper ain't gonna give you 3 or 4 hot CDs. The real gangsters, the ones that's fake gangsters, yeah, they gonna give it to you. But the real ones out there really putting in that work, really playing with them hammers, really doing things like that, they're not going to give you that many albums because they're not going to be around to give you that many albums. They're either going to go to prison or they're going to get unalived. You feel me? So that's one aspect of it. Now look at this internet space. When the internet space, who did you see coming up on internet? You started white people coming up on internet getting the bag off of it, and you seeing these youngsters getting rich off of it. Once you see these white folks and these youngsters in the hood getting rich off of it, now all of a sudden the gangbangers want to come to the internet and start exposing gangbanging politics. And then it go from that to you dudes on this. Now they want to change the narrative of the internet to fit their politics. You dig what I'm saying? It's just weird how black people come in to situations and supposed to have good intention, but some strange reason it either always boil back to their street politics or they gangbanging culture or whatever. Not even LA, I'm speaking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just the thing about black people. We just known for destruction. It ain't too many of us in the building up, and the ones that can build up choose not to build up because they know what they dealing with.
And what the facts conclude to. Now, Wack is a social media villain because of the Clubhouse apps, amongst other things, amongst him coming out to expose people. So, of course, I don't wish to have no social media beef with nobody, no back and forth. Got to keep on coming up here, unloading content, talking about somebody. That negativity, bro, that shit take a lot to muster up negativity and hate and get on this camera and muster that out to somebody every day. I don't have no interest in that. When I do spend content and I'm running somebody's name, if I run a marathon on somebody's name, it ain't got nothing to do with hate. It got to do with something going on. Either somebody just caught a case, like in a Big U situation, in a 4Extra situation, keep going to jail, keep doing controversial things. In the Gumby situation, you know what I'm saying? You going viral, making your rounds, saying things that are.
That's not true. And come on now, you run that content, but you also go digging up old things that happened in the past and with certain people and all that. I think you forgot that we watch social media and we have been seeing you get backlash from people saying that you digging up stuff that you don't know, you don't really know the whole play of what went down. And also other social media people out here that don't spoke on you and how they feel about you. So that's what I be saying. Everybody think when they come to this internet that they smut proof. No, it ain't no such thing as smut proof. Anybody can get it. So think about the internet. You got millions and millions of minds, different people, and they think differently. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're called individuals, because we think individually. We move individually. So when somebody look at you, they not gonna look at everybody ain't looking at this internet from a gang banging point of view. Some people looking at this situation from you being a man point of view. Somebody looking at it from a civilian point of view. Somebody looking at because a gang banging culture, even though as big as it is in the real world, it's still considered a small world, bro. You did as big as gang banging is, it's still considered a small world amongst the real world amongst civilians. You dig what I'm saying? Like you drive down the street all day long, you see civilians, you see gangbangers when you go in hoods. When you go to certain hoods, you see a bunch of gangbangers hanging out. So you gotta understand, bro, your world ain't as big as you think it is. You're in this street culture, but we'll let you sit down around some people that's playing with some real money. You think they want to invest multis of millions of dollars into a person claiming a street culture gang that might end up giving them the money and they fund a gang war? They put multi-millions of dollars in your hand, and all of a sudden you think you Tony Montana. Who wanna go to war with me? I take them out of fucking war. You did like, come on, bro, man. I just, I like Aunt Hefe. You know what I'm saying? I like what he be doing. I had somebody in my comment section when I said something about Flacco, like, how can you take Flacco word for anything? And I'm like, dude, I didn't say nothing that he said was real, but he's entertaining the way he give it, the way he give his message off, the way he deliver his message. He's entertaining with that. That's why I say he's the goat on that. To me, in my opinion, it's a whole lot of podcasters that might feel like, oh no, I don't look at Flacco like that because he's a square. But Flacco is a civilian. He's supposed to feel the way he feel about gangbangers. That's what y'all don't understand. He's supposed to feel like I don't like gangbangers. What person like gangbangers when all you hear and see is destruction? Think about it. That's anywhere in the ghetto. People don't like people in the hood because we destructive. When you selling your drugs to your peoples in every other way, you're killing them. You're killing off your people. When you saying, oh, he looked at you wrong, he stepped on my shoe, you jumping out and doing something. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. Let's not paint this narrative like the world is coming down on young and Hefe. The world is peeping your moves, and every time the problem is, I think, and Hefe, is that you respond to everything. Not nobody smaller than you, like me or anybody else, which you ain't supposed to, like, but you respond to these other people who get numbers because you feel like you got the you got to defend yourself. You feel like you got to, oh no, that ain't what it is. But people like let people judge for themselves. Your actions gonna prove the way people look at you. You did. It's like when somebody's lose something in their house, they lose some money in their house. It's always that one person that's really trying to help you find it, that's tearing up everything with you. Oh man, that's crazy. That's the one who stole it. You feel me? Because your actions show a lot. You dig what I'm saying? So, not I ain't trying to throw no smut on you. This is respectfully, bro. I like what you do over there. I just don't like when you start going in on everything about what other people are saying, bro. Because to me, you bigger than that. I look at you as one of the big dogs, even though you might not or other people might not feel like that about you, I still put you in the category of one of the big dogs because I look up to your content, Flacco's, Nemo. You know, I even like Adam. I like all these people who making power moves. I look up to you people. ODM Slim. You know what I'm saying? Fig. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a bunch. Compton Rick Rock, especially. Shout out to Compton Rick Rock, Demon Time Exotics. You feel me? That town business over there. You feel me? Like I watch you guys, man, and I try my best not to be so judgmental. When I first started this thing, I was real judgmental. You know what I'm saying? Like really giving my honest opinion on how I feel, but I gotta understand you can't go that deep on your own personal feeling. You just gotta scrape the surface of things. You know what I'm saying? So when I be speaking on and Jefe, I'm not speaking on him to downplay him. I'm speaking on him so he can see from a different point of view instead of always thinking that your way of seeing things is right. You're not always right in every situation, bro. If that was the case, if you was perfect like that, you wouldn't be in a situation doing YouTube. You'd be a millionaire somewhere doing something. You probably wouldn't even, if you was perfect, you probably wouldn't even be gang banging. Let's start there.
Controversy on YouTube. That is the only way I will recycle and keep using the name. Other than that, if it's a problem or something I dislike, I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to look at it. So with all that being said, just because everybody else got a problem with whack, or you know what I'm saying, this other side of individuals I deal with got a problem with whack, and they like, oh, whack this, whack that. A person cannot expect me to take up arms and to go at this dude or have a problem or be on odds with this dude.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, it sound like Aunt Hefe is backtracking. That's what it sounded like to me. Because the other day when he hopped on here, he was saying, "This dude called my phone saying this, send me, texting me this or this or whatever the case it was." And when I called him, he screaming, yelling, saying disrespectful thing, bro. If you won't smoke, just say you won't smoke. That's what that came out your mouth, man. That didn't come out nobody else's mouth. That came out your mouth, bro. You dig what I'm saying? So now every time you say something, it's another podcaster that always call you out. I was watching him and then I stopped watching him for a minute because I was like, it sounded like he was really was hating, but and really was hating to me. But then when I went back and looked at his content, really started analyzing what he was saying, the point he was trying to make, I kind of seen the direction he was going. But see, now it seems like you backpedal, it seems like you moonwalking now, bro. Ain't that the moonlight? Thriller. Yeah, it seems like you're on some thriller moonwalking right now, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you because you know, you definitely said the other day as if your exact words was, I done walked the federal yard, I done did time here, I done did here, ain't no smell on my name. Go digging for what you digging, want to dig up. If you want smoke, let's smoke. You know what I'm saying? I got all the good weed over here. No, I'm just playing, say all that, but you know what I mean? That's how you was talking though, bro. Now you talking about everybody else, what everybody else wants you to do. No, it's just because you open. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You came out because of whatever. Nobody knew about whack calling your phone and none of this stuff. You put that out there. That's why I'm starting to think that all this is just a play because you put it out there and then you turn around on your next video. Everybody want me to go at whack. Come on, bro.
Like I told anybody, if you can show me some paperwork, show me something saying somebody all bad,
What that got to do with what just transpired yesterday or the day before yesterday, bro?
without a doubt, you don't have to recruit me. It's F that person with anybody. But just because it's social media ramifications and, you know, little slander on social media that's going on between people, I'm not going to get in that. And yeah, to answer the people question, it wasn't nothing for me to see coming because it ain't that deep. It wasn't nothing for me to see coming because
Hold on, man. He said it wasn't nothing for me to see coming. I don't know if I passed it already, but I could have swore he said, yeah, I should have seen that coming. The dude's is bipolar. Matter of fact, I think that was in the beginning. Anyway, we just gonna keep going.
it ain't that deep. But we're going to get into this video of what Hoodie Hood had to say. You already know it's the halfway and the half effect. We're going to commentate.
Rules is, oh, I'm a businessman. I'm not in that life no more. But then when you in the business world, in the corporate world, and you get into it with somebody, then you revert back to the standing on gangster
You dig what I'm talking about? This is what I'm saying. Now respect, bro. Let me finish listening.
rules, and you trying to basically say, hey, if we was in the streets, or if this we was in the pen, or if it was this, or you can't apply that to people like Adam. He don't care about that, and he clearly don't respect that. And all this, oh, something could have happened, and I've been stopping it. Stop stopping it. Let something happen to that man. That's why he don't take it serious.
And you know who he talking about too? He talking about Wack 100. Cause Wack 100 always threatened Adam. He always talking about, and he talking about Wack 100 right here. Cause Wack 100 always talking about he a corporate businessman, and every time something pop up, first thing he talking about is, Wack 100. That dude always. If you listen to his conversation, first thing come out of his mouth is, "I walked the 4 yard in 1842. Yeah, me, D-Lo, B-Boo, Simmy Sam, Bugs Bunny, we walked the yard, and Titty Low got his neck cut open. Man, come on, bro. Nobody care about when you was in the prison back in 1842. Look like a Pikachu doll. Like, get on the real, bro. Nobody cares about when you was on the yard. And then every time you do, on by, woo, woo, on by, woo, woo. That's what you say every time, bro. But the crazy thing is, the problems in the streets don't mess with what. So that's funny. And then another thing is, what he's saying is real is, y'all supposed to be playing with money. Why, when y'all have a disagreement about something, it always revert back to the gangbang shit? Cause that's all you guys know. Y'all try to get off into business and this other stuff, but when you listen to your conversation, see people who got money, people who got wisdom and knowledge and smart, book smart, business smart, all that. When they hold conversation, you can front for so long like you're a business person, but at some point in your conversation, that street stuff gonna slide right up out of your mouth, and it's gonna mess the bag up. I promise you that. Because people don't mind you being from the street. It's how you elevate from the streets. A lot of us come from the streets. A lot of millionaires then came from the streets, but they elevated. So which means if they had to step away from their hood to get right and got right, and their way of giving back is to give back to the people who ain't got nothing, try to build things for the community, the kids, things like that's how they do it. They don't give back by saying, "Oh, hold on, y'all, I'll be back." Go get a deal, bubble up, and then turn around and say, "Hey man, I just signed for 550,000. I'm about to invest 100,000 into guns, and we finna take the hood over. We finna let them know we standing on business. We standing on business." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Y'all dudes be weird, man. I'm telling y'all, always you can't change the narrative. If you're gonna walk a line of trying to do positive things, you can't have one foot in, one foot out, bro. If you see it's not working, everybody who try to have one foot in and one foot out end up with both feet out of the game.
Now, because ain't nothing happened to that man. Ain't nobody attempted to do
Right,
nothing to that man. So he gonna keep on popping it, and he gonna
right,
keep doing what he do until something happened to him. Stop
right,
saving him
right,
and let it happen.
right.
And stop making threats about what's going to happen and just do it. We didn't see this dude threaten everybody and their mama on the internet and say he
Right.
gonna do this, he gonna do that. He been on the internet for like 8 years.
And then the cold thing about the threats, what be killing me about dudes, they'll say, this is the thing that be funny to me when you listen to people talk, they be like, because they want to stay neutral. So they'll be like, I understand it, coming from this culture we come, I understand it, but will I personally partake in it? No, I wouldn't do it because that ain't me. But da-da-da. Nah, that ain't supposed to be no man. You feel me? When you stand on principles, bro, when you have principles as a man, you stand on them principles, bro. You don't bend the principles because nobody's bigger than the program. See, the problem with you dudes is y'all scared to take the leap of faith. Y'all scared to say, you know what? I got a woman, I got a child, I got things going on with me. I got a little buzz with this internet thing. Come on, baby. You know what? I'm just sick of this everything, man. Let's just go buy a house and raise our kids and have grandkids, and we ain't got to worry about them getting part of this gang banging code. Let's move them up out of LA, or let's move them out of Oakland. Let's just move somewhere where you know what I'm saying, somewhere where it's just a little bit different for you. You know what I'm saying, where you feel good when you walk outside in the morning. You ain't got to worry about nobody driving down the street shooting up your house or anything like that. You feel me? Like, we as people be scared to take a leap of faith, but we'll stick to what we know, which is the destruction of our own people.
And ain't nothing happened to nobody. And that's the crazy part about it. Adam done told Wack to his face before, I don't want to hear you talk about no gangster ish anymore. He done said that to him.
And he also told Wack, "This is my platform." I'm telling you, I don't think he gonna be on there too much. I ain't gonna say he gonna leave soon, but I think when his contract is up between Adam and Wack, they might be departing. Don't let them fake smiles fool you.
So he not respecting nothing. I got some creatine on my shirt. I just came from the gym. I'm still sweating. But anyways, he not respecting none of that, man. He didn't seen the tactics and all this, and he basically like, man, I'm finna put this content out. You know what I mean? So, like Young Ant said, how you gonna get mad at the person who really let the dude slander your partner and is supposed to be your business partner? He let the dude come on his platform and say that. But you went right back up there and podcasted with this dude the next day.
Now, only thing I want to say to that is this, right? Everybody keeps saying slander, but nobody know if it's real slander or not. If you pay attention to detail, and if you know anything about Clubhouse, a lot of these dudes went on Clubhouse one time, a couple of times. They're like, "Nah, this ain't for me. This some kids shit," and they jumped off of it. You know what I'm saying? I've been on Clubhouse two different occasions. You dig what I'm saying? And please believe it is a lot of females on there who be in there politicking, trying to find out who they can come up on, trying to see who really got it. The person popping like they got it, the person really living. You done heard females and dudes on there arguing about, oh, you stink, that's why you stink, and this, and that, and you came to my house and gave it to me first. This is the conversations you hear on there. You did. So why would it be so outlandish to even think that R&B was a woman on there like that at some point before she met Wack? See, Wack wasn't painting a narrative like his woman was some church going angel girl that he met and he just put on. That's where the problem came at, because ODM Slim even said, he said, "I got pictures of your girl busting it open." You feel me? "I got pictures of your girl. She was a streetwalker. That's why she was in Vegas like that, allegedly." Now, I ain't saying it's true. I'm saying allegedly this is what the word is. So let's finish again. Let's get back into it.
But on the flip side, Young Ant and everybody look, when I went into the Young Ant's video, before I even clicked on it, you know how he got the intro song, dope intro song. I'm listening to it and I'm going through the comments, and everybody's saying, "You should have saw this coming. We try to warn you. I don't know how you didn't see this coming." Ant said one thing. He said, "I'm starting to realize dudes is bipolar. You should have been noticed he was bipolar. You should have been noticed he fall out with everybody. You should have been noticed the tactics of Wack 100. You've been to YA, you've been to the feds. I'm quite sure you didn't."
And that's what's crazy to me, because that's the biggest thing NFA talk about is, "I went to the feds and didn't tell on nobody. My name is stand up in the street. I've been around all kind of gang members. You've been around all these type of people. Then you get on this internet space and you watching Wack 100 and you watching. And if you paid attention to Wack 100, I've been paying attention to Wack 100 long enough to know that. And I only been up on Wax maybe a couple of years now, maybe almost 2 years now. But I've been watching him long enough to know that everybody he fuck with, he end up falling out with. Everybody he fuck with, he has something negative to say. Excuse my language. Everybody mess, we got something negative to say about. You feel me? So at some point, it's like he'll try to put you in a position, but then at the same time, he'll line you up too. And then a lot of things is plays that they put together to make the world think that that is beef. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if this is just a play between Jefe and Wack 100. And now he's saying, the world want me to beef with. No, we don't want you to beef with Wack 100. Who wants you to go at Wack 100? Nobody wants you to do it. We just telling you stay on your pivot when you're around Wack 100. You don't want on no jumper. Wack 100 got you an interview on no jumper. Now you up next to you know he calling your phone, cussing you out. Come on, bro.
been around sharp individuals, and you yourself are a sharp individual, regardless of how you sometimes mispronounce words.
Right.
You should have been saw this coming.
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't have took for it to happen to you. And I genuinely think people be thinking, oh, he ain't gonna get at me like that. Man, that man done got at everybody, including his whole hood.
Every single body whack go act crazy. But what y'all don't understand is the reason why whack do it, it keep his name in the algorithm. Think about it. Long as y'all keep talking about him, his name gonna keep going up. That's the thing about life. Once you talk about somebody, no matter good, what Easy E told wasn't it good or bad publicity? It publicity you can't pay for, that you don't need to pay for. You start beef with people, that's publicity you don't have to pay for because people want to see the back and forth. You dig what I'm saying? And Wack is a master of this. This is what he mastered. So what he do is Wack run plays on people and they don't even realize they the play. They be thinking that Wack trying to help them and put them in position, but Wack is running the play. Every time it's to help himself, not to help you. It's to help himself. Because at some point, the energy gonna revert back to you, man. Like on the real.
Like that. He'd get at you like that, especially because he ain't had to answer to it yet. Um, but I was talking to one of the homies, and he was saying that he was like, maybe people mess with him because they feel like he could provide opportunity. And I'm thinking, well, what opportunity is Wack 100
Right.
providing for people? I don't see people starting new businesses. I don't see
Only rappers you seen that was doing anything was the game, and the game was doing something before he met Wax, so he already pretty much had his buzz. I don't know where the management came in with that part. That's their business. I don't know. And then with Ray J, I don't even know how that play even went down because I know Brandy is his sister, so you would think that the energy would come from his sister to help him get on, right? I don't know, but everything else, I don't get it. I don't see where anybody who messes with Wack, I don't see them in no position where they done blew up to some mega star or they you know what I mean, doing anything. Everything Wack do is not real. It's not good. Why would you want to align yourself with somebody who spend their life and their time trying to expose other black men? Like, not trying to big up black men, not trying to put together, let's bring all LA together, man, make everybody millionaires or try to make it or at least a millionaire in every hood. Nothing like that. It's always the talk, oh, he's gay, or oh, he didn't snitch, or he this, we didn't expose. Like, come on, bro. At your age, bro, ain't no OGs in my hood act like Wack. But like I tell you, this might not be Wack when he off the camera. This all might just be a front for people. And I'm starting to feel like, to be told, I done heard a lot of people say, man, Wack a cool dude. I done heard a lot of people say, Wack a cool dude, man. Chop it up, he a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? And in some conversations when you pay attention to No Jumper, when him and Adam be talking, you'll be like, man, Waxing like a cool, funny type dude, right? But he have his side when he flip out, and then if you pay attention to him, I'll be like, yeah, I think everybody got some kind of bipolar in. No matter how you want to sit there and act like you just so civilized, everybody got some kind of bipolar in, especially if you grew up in the hood. Anyway, let's get back to it.
see people going on other platforms, and the platforms that they do go on. What platform could go on going on No Jumper and messing with Wack 100 open up the doors to? Maybe Vlad don't even deal with nobody like that as far as like just local people. But that's the only other platform. Cam Capone and No Jumper don't deal with each other that I know of, and Cam Capone gonna reach out and holler at you on his own.
Yeah, he will, but I will say this though: No Jumper do put you on, no matter who you are as where you at in the entertainment bit part of your life, or how far your energy is up at the moment. Once you go to No Jumper, it put a different kind of light on you. It does put it might be some cases a negative light, but it put a light on you. But since we're dealing with so many negative people in the world, that negativity is the new positive things going on the streets now. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing people want to hear. They don't want to hear nothing positive. They want to hear all negative. You don't want to hear about beefs and unalignments and crash outs. That's what they want to hear about. That's why you got these people who could just come up with podcasts from the most craziest, talking about the craziest things and bubble. You know what I'm saying? And bubble up quickly because they know. And people say, you know how to work the internet. Yeah, that's good. That is true. You know how to work because people try to come over here and try to paint a certain narrative of how you're supposed to act on the social media, like with the King Peel situation, like how he's a clown because he's doing whatever he got to do to get that bag. But you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I don't look at it like he on there saying it's videos of him on there popping niggas off on there, or he on there acting like he sweet, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he probably painted his nails, but he said for a video, doing a pimp video. I ain't never seen no pimp paint their nails. Bro, I done seen rappers put makeup on their face, eyeliner around their eye, lipstick on their lip, paint their nails different colors. I done seen that. I ain't seen pink, but that was what he was doing. You can't say he a buster or whatever the case it is because he painted. That's what he doing to get on. You know what I mean? Now, did he sell his soul? Is that selling your soul to get on? Well, if you go sit up with somebody and think that you're better than somebody else, or you think you stand on real business and you really not, I think that's arrogant. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get back to it.
Most of these dudes like Ant in King Peel and 607, whatever, these dudes already had a buzz when Adam reaches out to them and have them come on. They're already ascending in the metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, what is standing next to wack100 or having an affiliation with him doing for your status? It's
Right.
not doing nothing. It's
Correct.
actually harming you more than it's helping you, because you got people looking at you side eye like, you, why would you align with him, or why would you fuck with cuz? Like, you was doing perfectly fine on your own, and that goes for everybody.
I'm not gonna lie. I did say the same thing when I see them. When I seen Ant go over there mental. I was like, dang, why you go to Whack, man? Because Whack don't have no good energy about him. You feel me? It's not. It seemed good, but on camera it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, he could have been kept doing what he was doing and was going up because it was you. You had some entertaining stories. Don't get me wrong. I was really listening to it. It's my favorite story you told is about the I think the gang member from your hood when they was went to another they went to a store or something and they was in the wrong hood and something happened. The police pulled up, but they thought it was gangbangers finna get off, so they got off on them, and then a big old oh no, the police shot at them first, licked off at them first, and they start busting back. The police like said something to them like something that gangbangers would say, and the whole shootout broke out, and they were running through fences and hid in the yard, and the neighbor across the street. That story was interesting to them. I'm like, wow, that's what's up, because I can see everything you saying in that story. You feel me? So you was going up on your own, bro. Now it's like you got the fans looking at you, and they like, oh man, come on, man. You feel me? Like, why you go? But at the end of the day, you your own man, and we all gotta understand too. And Jefe is a grown ass man, and he gonna make grown man decisions based on his life and how he chooses to wiggle. No matter how we feel about it, he still got to walk in the same shoes that he walk in, and then he get up and walk out the front door in every day. He ain't supposed to live his life based on how we feel. He supposed to live his life based on what's best for him. You did?
That goes for every individual who find themselves associating with this dude. It kind of, somebody came into my comments, I think on my last video or the video before that, and they was like, something, you will never go on no jumper, and you mad, and it's like, bro, you know how they say never? I'm telling you, I will never go on no jumper. I'm telling you, fuck no jumper. All right? You don't have to, bro. That's a stain on my resume. That's a stain. That's a stain on my resume going on that platform. What is that platform going to do to help me? More people going to see you. Yeah, more people going to see you go up there and get made a fool out of yourself by even conversating with an individual like Adam. That's how I feel about it. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm tripping, man. Maybe the content world ain't for me.
Okay, man. I ain't gonna go off into all of that. You dig what I'm saying? But what I will say is this, right? Um, Homeboy have a point there, and he can feel the way he feel about going on no jumper. Now, somebody if without going on no jumper and go in there and talk, yeah, I would go in there and talk, of course. But I wouldn't make myself a I wouldn't want to be there every day. Like one of the people that not every day, but I wouldn't want to be a person that have a slot there once a week or anything like that. You feel me? I'll come and talk about what I got going on and or whatever. What's that? What's the talk? What's it? Whatever the thing is at the time. The topic is at the time. You dig? And that's just so I can get that little exposure. Then I go back to my own channel, finish working on me. You feel me? But I wouldn't become a repeat a person coming on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because as you can see, what happened with everybody that goes, always some kind of negativity going on there. And when this is business, business ain't even supposed to be nothing negative. I mean, you're gonna have disagreements, but when it get violent and all that old stuff, that's when you know business ain't good. You feel me? Them white folks in the corporate business in the world with them suits on when they dealing with money, they don't go at each other like with violence. They be like, okay, I see you in court. That's how they play it. Until we get to that mentality of it ain't got to be violent. This hurt. I see you in court. That type of thing. Some things you got to you got to be hands on with. Some things, but not everything. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, it's the quarter report. Uh, uh, brought to you by the Red Night Special. This is Word on the Net. I'm your boy Town Biz, and it's your first time tuning in. And if you watch, please hit that like and subscribe button, man. Run this thing up, man. Hit that like and subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. I'm trying to get up to 200 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just starting, so let's get it up there. Anyway, I wish y'all a wonderful, blessed day, and thank you for tuning in. Yeah, dig.